So we've all heard this saying, food is fuel, okay? But is there a better alternative that's more productive, that's more aligned with helping you improve your body, your health, and achieve your fat loss goals? That's what I'm going to talk about in today's video. Hey, I'm Alex Hall, DNA Fat Loss Coach. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, do go ahead and like the video, drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what future videos you want to see. And of course, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. So we've all heard of the term food is fuel. It's good, you know, we fuel our body with food, makes sense. But it's almost a bit utilitarian, right? It's almost too focused on the outcome rather than the enjoyment or the appreciation of the food that we eat. I want to propose a better, more productive term that's perhaps a little bit more rounded, has a little bit more context and approach to it. Okay, so the way I like to look at food is information. Food is information for our bodies. Let's unpack this a little bit. The reality is every morsel of food, every bite, every little snack that we have is a signal. It's a piece of information, a piece of data to our body to tell it to respond in a certain way. Let's take a step away from nutrition for just a minute and talk about this example in terms of movement, because really the way we move our body is also information to our body. Okay, so a hypothetical example number one, we have a totally sedentary individual. They get up in the morning, they're going to sit at their home office, they work there until 5 p.m, then they move to the sofa, then they move to the dining table, then they move back to the sofa, and repeat every single day, right? What information, what signal is that giving to the body? So it's literally telling your body, this muscle that I have, I'm not going to use. I don't need this. Okay? It's saying, oh, this energy that's coming in, this food that's coming in, don't shuttle it to the muscles because they're not being used. I don't need this. I don't need to rebuild and grow my muscles. I don't need to build or replenish any of my existing systems. Just store it. Just store that body. And if we were really active, we were doing exercise and we were moving our body, especially we were resistance training, this again is a signal to the body. So now the signal would be, let's say you've done a hard workout, that signals to the body, I need to repair, restore and come back stronger. Any food that comes in, shuttle it into the muscles. Don't you dare store it as fat, right? I need this energy to rebuild, replenish, come back stronger, renew my immune system. I need to be as healthy and as strong as possible to face this adversity that I'm being put under, right? Compound that over a number of months or years, you end up with someone a lot healthier, with muscle mass, lower body fat, versus someone who's just going to gain weight and potentially develop a series of diseases. Okay, again, food or movement is information to the body. It's a signal, it's a trigger for the body to react in some way. Let's get back to nutrition for a minute. When we eat, we're literally changing the expression of our genes. Okay, we have something called the epigenome, which I've discussed in other videos, but it's like the controller of, or the bit that sits on top of your genes. Okay, so whilst your genes are fixed, your epigenome, your epigenetics can change. Okay, so we can essentially switch on, switch off these genes, or the way that those genes are expressed is controlled by the epigenome. Now every morsel or bite of food, every meal that we have, every snack is sending a signal to this epigenome. Right? It's literally changing the way our genes are expressed. Remember, our genes are the data set, the instruction manual for our body. Okay? So if food comes in and tells our epigenome to go and do something, then the outcome of those genes can either be positive or it can be negative, right? On a scale. It could be really bad, it could be really good, it could be somewhere in the middle, right? Depending on the food that you're eating, that's going to literally change the way your body acts, develops, and changes over time. How incredible is that? Those genes that increase your risk of type 2 diabetes, for example, right? Some of us have them, some of us don't so much. But for those of us that do, those genes are literally waiting to be turned on, okay? Now, certain food is going to be that information, that trigger, that over time will eventually turn on that gene and increase your risk of type 2 diabetes, or maybe you develop that type 2 diabetes. How crazy is that? Okay, the food that you're eating is going to change your genes, and even if you have this genetic disadvantage, right, you have this increased risk of type 2 diabetes, if you eat in a certain way, you might never turn that gene on, right? You might always be able to suppress that, keep it turned off. You know, you eat healthy, you move well, you do all the things right, then you can keep that gene turned off. But if you give your body the signal via your food, because food is information, you might turn that on, and that's when things can start to go downhill. So it can work in both a positive and a negative sense. Okay, we've got the type 2 diabetes example as a negative thing, but on the flip side, certain foods can tell our bodies to hunker down, repair, survive, boost longevity, build muscle, even start to burn more fat for fuel, right? These foods can really just change the way your body operates and runs. Okay, so food is information, and that information tells the body basically what to do. So if you want to change your body, think about every bite of food you eat is a signal. You're telling your body something with that food that you eat. If you're consistently eating low quality, highly processed, highly palatable foods that you know aren't good for you, okay, sure, you know, there's the whole calories argument, but at the end of the day, that food is telling your body to do something. And unfortunately, the thing that it's normally telling you to do, if you eat really low quality food for a long period of time, is basically develop diseases and get fat. On the other side of the spectrum, if you eat really good quality food, then you're literally telling your body to stay healthy, stave off disease, and you can enjoy life for as long as possible. So consider this the next time you put some food in your mouth, right? Think about that sandwich, that burger, that meal you're about to eat. What is this telling my body to do? Okay, sure, look, I'm totally for balance, you know, having some wine here and there, having some chips, pizza, burgers, whatever it is, every now and then. Totally agree. That's kind of got to be done, if I'm being honest. But on a regular basis, is that telling your body, is that giving your body the information, the signal to go and do something that you want it to? It's probably not. So what I want to know is, what are you telling your body? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you like this perspective. So we've gone from food is fuel to food is information, right? You're literally telling your body what to go and do with itself. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Drop a like, and of course hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.